This is the story of a space scientist's survival amidst alien monsters. What will be the outcome of this survival? Let's begin the movie Ash 2025. The film opens with a girl who is experiencing disturbing flashbacks. She sees people whose faces are melting and who appear to be in horrifying condition. Who is this girl, and who are these infected individuals? To find out, we move further into the movie. The scene shifts to a room where the girl lies unconscious on the floor with a wound on her forehead. The room's lights are flickering, and a robotic alarm announces abnormal activity. She regains consciousness. This is Rhea, the main lead of the film. She gets up and begins to observe her surroundings. Blood is smeared across the walls, and the robotic voice continues to alert a system failure. As Rhea moves forward, she discovers a man's lifeless body lying on the ground, soaked in blood, with a knife stabbed in his chest. She proceeds to the system room where another body lies in a pool of blood. After checking it, Rhea follows the robot and reboots the system. The lights turn on completely. Rhea then exits the house, only to reveal that she isn't on Earth. She is on another planet. Snow is falling, and another packed dead body lies outside. Suddenly, Rhea spots a silhouette and tries to signal it, but it mirrors her movements. It turns out to be her own reflection, which vanishes moments later. Rhea has no idea where she is, or what's happening. As she walks further, she slips but narrowly avoids falling into a pit. She sees a strange light in the sky and mutters, "Brian." The oxygen level becomes critical, making it hard for her to breathe, so she rushes back to the station. Rhea begins to have more flashbacks of the infected people. Then we see her sitting normally, surrounded by others who appear healthy. These are Clark, Kevin, Audie, and Davis, her colleagues, all sent on a mission to this planet to fight off alien threats that endanger Earth. They're seen joking and laughing together. The scene shifts back to the present. Rhea takes a filter patch from a first aid kit and applies it to her neck. She still can't remember who she is or where she is. She enters Kevin's room and examines his diary, focusing on a photo of herself. Just then, the robot detects movement in the airlock. Rhea, alarmed, grabs a knife and stands near the door. A man in a spacesuit enters. Rhea attacks him, but he stops her, calling her by name. This is Brian, from Orbital Monitoring. He came because he received reports that Clark suffered a psychotic break and is responsible for everyone's death. Brian sees Kevin's dead body, but Rhea remembers nothing, only that a woman was attacking them, possibly Clark. Brian brings in a medical bot and scans Rhea's body. Brian reveals that it's an owner as they are in the station KOI-442, which Kevin used to call Ash. The machine stitches Rhea's wound, a painful process. After that, Brian tries to help her recall her life on Earth, but it's in vain. While Rhea sleeps, she suddenly wakes up and closes the slightly open door of her room. As she tries to sleep, she suffers with horrifying flashbacks of infected Kevin. Then, she wraps Kevin's body and disposes of it far from the station. Brian watches her from inside. Rhea again sees the light in the sky, and Kevin's corpse appears terrifying with the flashbacks of infected Kevin. She rushes back into the station and finds a scissor lying in a pool of blood. She picks it up and gets a flashback of infected Audie being murdered with the same scissors, maybe by Rhea herself. But that's something we'll find out later. Frustrated, Rhea breaks down in tears. She and Brian stand at the glass window looking outside. Suddenly, an oxygen level critical alarm goes off on the airlock. Rhea searches and finds an open seal through which air is escaping. As she tries to seal it, a hand reaches in and grabs her, seeming to be a Clark, but it turns out to be her imagination. Later, an argument breaks out between Rhea and Brian. He believes they could die from her hallucinations, while Rhea insists on finding the missing colleague Clark. She goes through Kevin's belongings again and has a vision of a camera and a memory of a hole in the ground between her and Kevin. In the flashback, Kevin is stabbed with a knife and says it hurts. Disturbed, Rhea goes to the system room and finds the same camera from her dream, by which she checks the footage, which shows her entire team on a mission. They discover some kind of alien manufacturing beneath the surface. To measure its depth, Davis throws a rock inside, which causes an explosion. Davis's face is blown apart. Seeing this footage, Rhea is drenched in sweat. At that moment, Brian arrives and sees what she has discovered. Rhea is now aware that Brian knew about the explosion incident, given that the team was discussing Brian's involvement right before it happened. Despite this, Brian pretended to know nothing when he was with Rhea. And still he keeps denying it, but here, Rhea finally reveals the shocking truth. She was the one who killed everyone. However, she has no memory of why she did it. Everything is blank in her mind. Brian tells her to focus on the mission, but for now they must return to orbit. Then Rhea agrees, and we see Rhea packing her belongings when Brian enters and attaches another patch to her neck. After a short while, Rhea begins to experience intense flashbacks. In one of them, Audi tries to attack her. Rhea puts up a fierce struggle against Audi, but Audi doesn't let her go. And then Rhea realizes she's trapped. Audi won't let her go. So Rhea ends up stabbing him with a scissor. After that, she sees another disturbing flashback. Clark's face is seen exploding horrifically. I wonder why she is getting such terrifying flashbacks. What is the reality behind them? This will be revealed as the story progresses. So, stay with us as we uncover the truth behind this chaotic situation that Rhea is suffering through. Don't forget to like this recap and subscribe to our channel. Troubled by these nightmares, Rhea sets out to find Brian, but she instead finds Clark sitting quietly. Then, she goes to another room and discovers Brian lying lifeless on the ground. His face is horribly disfigured and decomposed. After this, a fight begins between Rhea and the infected Clark. At first, Rhea tries to burn her, but Clark manages to save herself. Rhea then runs toward the washroom, and Clark follows her. Rhea quickly inserts the shower pipe into Clark's safety helmet. As the water fills the helmet, Clark suffocates and dies right there. Rhea then brings Clark's dead body in front of the medbot and performs a post-mortem. Shockingly, no infection is detected, meaning Clark was not infected at all. It was only Rhea who was seeing her as infected. Now that Rhea and Brian were supposed to return from this planet, the orbital lineup is complete. But Rhea alone heads toward the orbit shuttle and tries to start it, but fails. So she returns to the station. Back there, she begins to perform a post-mortem on Brian's dead body, who was found severely wounded. Here, it is revealed that Brian had actually died 51 hours ago due to blunt force trauma. Then who was with Rhea all this time? Suddenly, the system detects an unauthorized life form. Rhea grabs a weapon and goes to check. There she sees Brian, who claims to be a part of Rhea herself. He painfully inserts his fingers into Rhea's wounds. Through this, we are shown a flashback. After Davis's death, a parasite had been detected in the station. Around the same time, Brian had arrived. The whole team had then decided to abandon the mission and return to Earth. But Rhea disagreed. She wanted to complete the mission no matter what. Secretly, she collected the alien species detected earlier in the system. Rhea soon discovered it was a parasite containing self-replicating technology. While she was studying it, Audi appeared, and the parasite began growing rapidly. Audi warned Rhea to be cautious, but before she could react, the parasite flew into Audi's nose. Within moments, he was infected and turned violent, attacking Rhea. Desperate to defend herself, she fought back, but Audi wouldn't stop. With no other option, she was forced to kill him with scissor. Just then, Kevin and Clark arrived. Audi regained consciousness, and Kevin engaged him in combat. Kevin managed to eliminate Audi by stabbing him, but in the process, the parasite entered Kevin's ear, infecting him as well. Now, Kevin, like Audi, turned violent and tried to kill Rhea. Clark jumped in to save her, but Kevin turned on Clark too. At this point, Brian also arrived and was shocked to witness all this. Rhea pleaded with him to save Clark. Instead, Brian went to examine Audi's dead body first. Meanwhile, Kevin turned his attention away from Clark and charged toward Brian. He grabbed an iron rod and brutally killed Brian with it. During this chaos, Rhea sent Clark away from the station but didn't leave herself. She returned to the station alone. Kevin now pretended to behave normally, but Rhea knew the truth, that he was infected. She stabbed him in the chest with a knife, killing the one she loved with her own hands. But at that moment, the infection exited Kevin's body and entered Rhea's brain. According to the robotic system's instructions, Rhea takes potassium pills. As a result, the parasite starts acting abnormally, causing Rhea to suffer intense pain until she collapses and falls unconscious. This brings us back to the beginning of the film, when Rhea was seen lying on the ground unconscious. The scene then shifts to the present. An alien parasite, which had taken the form of Brian and had stayed with Rhea all along, now appears in its true form. It confronts Rhea and threatens her, saying that this is their planet and no one can destroy it. The aliens only needed a human host to multiply. Rhea refuses to support these monstrous aliens. Instead, she lies down in front of the medbot. The parasite is detected inside her again. Using the medbot, Rhea performs surgery on herself and extracts the parasite from her body. When she tries to leave, Brian's dead body, transformed into the parasite's form, reappears in a terrifying shape. Rhea, however, bravely fights back and defends herself. The creature tries its best to kill her, but Rhea sets it on fire. The entire station is engulfed in flames. Rhea escapes into the lander in an attempt to return to Earth. On her way back, she sees flashbacks of her team, those who once came on this mission with her. And now, she is the only one returning. With this, the film concludes. It seems to me that Rhea's actions led to chaos. Her curiosity about the parasite proved disastrous, resulting in everyone's death. If she had chosen to leave before studying it, the tragedy might have been avoided. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Share your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching this in-depth recap. If you enjoyed the analysis and found it engaging, consider following our channel for more cinematic breakdowns and detailed storytelling. Your support helps us continue to bring thoughtful content straight to your screen. Secondly, if you want a recap of your favorite movie, let us know in the comments section.